Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tough Tony here today again for the part 3 of my WWE, my third and final part of the WWE address. I'm going to try to do this one rather quickly. I left off with number 14, but I'm going to start on number 15. You need to bring glory back to the mid-carders. Because you remember back in the day, the mid-card, even if you had Val Venus or Rikishi or Too Cool or Edge and Christian or the Radicals and, all those people, they were all meaningful. They weren't main event players. They didn't have promos all the time, but they were still a memorable part of the show. Like, they weren't just filler. Like, you can be excited for watching a Billy Gunn match. You could get excited for watching a Hardcore Holly or Crash Holly match or Billy Gunn. I think I already said Billy Gunn. You can get excited for that. But it's not like that anymore. Like, you see Alex Riley or Zack Ryder, and it's like, okay, go out there for 5 minutes, do their stuff. Then you put emphasis on this match after. It's fucking horrible how WWE just totally writes off their mid-card. The wrestling stature isn't like what it used to be. You're supposed to build. You're supposed to build up stuff to your main event. And speaking of main event, I don't give a damn what company you're in. Your world title should be the last match on the card. Even if you have a match as big as The Rock and John Cena. You put the world title matches on before. Because I know Sheamus and Daniel Bryan's probably going to be like probably one of the first 3 matches on the card. Jericho and CM Punk will probably be before Triple H and Undertaker, which will probably be before a match like a Divas match or some stupid shit that doesn't even matter. Then you have The Rock and Cena. This WrestleMania should be a quadruple main event. Well, triple main event, because Daniel Bryan and Sheamus is going to be absolute crap. It's going to be absolute crap. So, that's I can't even talk anymore. I'm fucking speechless. But that's what they really need to do. I made this point earlier, I think in part 1, about, now this is number 16, but this is about, if you're going to do all this time to push somebody, if you're going to make them a main event player and you're serious about them, that's why I say make franchise stars, not just well-wishers. Leave them in the main event. Miz should have no business with somebody like R-Truth. I'm not making it a racial thing or anything like that, but come on. He's a former WWE champion. You have him teaming up with R-Truth. You got Randy Orton wrestling people that don't matter. You got John Cena wrestling Kane. That just goes to show you how much shit these so-called writers are. I'll give anything for a real booker to come back and bring wrestling to the glory that it once had. I really, really wish they could. Also alliterated on this before, number 17. Get rid of the Money in the Bank. They need to. Like I said before, give it to people that deserve, push people that deserve title shots. Because we all know that Dolph Ziggler, before it's all said and done, he'll be another worthless WWE champion that'll win every match he'll win every match by cheating. You can't take Dolph Ziggler seriously because he's not going to be that guy. He's not going to be a future player. He's not going to be a guy who's synonymous with the business. You're not going to go Cena, Orton, Punk, ... Dolph Ziggler, ... Alberto Del Rio. No. WWE, the worst, I know WWE is going to do it. I know they are. If you ask me, Wade Barrett should become one of my new favorites. Wade Barrett should be a franchise guy. But look at a guy like Sheamus. Sheamus was in the main event, then he's mid-card, now he's all of a sudden main event again. This is my thing with Sheamus. Sheamus is a good competitor. His mic skills are iffy, but hey, he's better than Kevin Nash. Actually, that really should be the criteria for any wrestler coming through the business. You go to your promoter. How should I wrestle? I don't care how you wrestle, as long as you're better than Kevin, as long as you're not as bad as Kevin Nash. How can I talk on the mic? Any way you want to, as long as you're not worse than Kevin Nash. These should be the criteria of Kevin Nash should be the running criteria on how not to be a shit talent. That's how it really should be. But Sheamus, he's never going to be there. I don't think that Sheamus is ever going to be that guy who's synonymous with the company like Orton or Batista or Cena or all those other guys. He's never going to be there. Because you're not going to think of all those guys and then think of Sheamus. Because he's not going to be promoted that way. He's not going to be able to be taken seriously that way. CM Punk is getting there. But I want to see how they're going to treat him when they finally do book him to lose the title. CM Punk should be a guy who's running around with 12 world championships. He should be the guy who's steadily always in the main event. He should be the next breakout guy who you think should be the franchise guy. He should be one of those names who's synonymous. Sheamus, not so much. Next up, number 18, the Royal Rumble match. I'm fucking sick and tired of people winning Royal Rumbles who are world champions. What the fuck is the point? Actually, as a matter of fact, they always did that. They've always done it. I mean, it's a good way when you're a former world champion and you've been out of the title picture like Austin was and he won the Royal Rumble to get back in it again. That's all well and good. But why the hell will Orton be winning Royal Rumbles? Why would John Cena be winning Royal Rumbles? Why would Sheamus be winning Royal Rumbles? You could have had someone out of nowhere win a Royal Rumble to try to get over that ladder. That was another missed opportunity by the WWE to push somebody. Then you had Alberto Del Rio win last year, and he was all but embarrassed by Edge. So it's like that really pissed me off. It really does. Stop the Royal Rumble should be. You know what? They really should just get rid of it. I mean, I'm sure it's a history thing in the WWE, but what the hell's the point? You're going to have somebody win the Royal Rumble who already is an infinite time world champion, or a guy who hasn't even paid his dues, just going to go and wrestle WrestleMania in the first match. That just goes to show you how shit you are. Edge's last match in his fucking career, the first match on the card. Just because he's teamed up with some jackass like fucking Alberto Del Rio who can't draw a fucking dime, so Edge has to be drugged down with him. It should have been Edge versus Christian nearing the end of the card, because they would have fucking tore the roof off the fucking building. They really would have. Number 19, a John Cena heel turn. This is the one thing that any real wrestling fan who's not a child under the age of 15 or a woman that has no idea what the fuck she's looking at would love to see. But let's think of this for a second. John Cena as a heel. To tell you the truth, I think it'd be worse than John Cena as a face. John Cena's in a world where the writing is crappy, when the competitors are crappy. John Cena couldn't be an even remotely serious heel if his life depended on it. He's not even all that convincing. John Cena, I believe, everyone says he's modern day Hulk Hogan. He is. Because John Cena is the most bland, the most boring, the most corniest person in wrestling today. But yet he's the top star in wrestling. But he is beyond a shadow. It's like having a cold, getting over the flu, and you lose all your taste buds and you can't taste the damn thing. That's what John Cena is. He's a watered down $12 alcoholic drink. That's what he is. You know you want it, you ordered it, but it always leaves you disappointed. But come on, it's not going to happen. And even if it did, it's not going to be put over in the right light. So you can chill and cut that noise with that John Cena heel turn bullshit. And last but not least, number 20. If you're going to have, this is basically blood. Bring back blood. Because what's the point of having Hell in a Cell matches, I Quit matches, no holds barred matches, no disqualifications, unsanctioned matches, TLC matches, and all that type of stuff. Last man standing, I Quit, all that. What the fuck's the point? How are you going to take a Hell in a Cell seriously and there's no blood? How are you going to take a no disqualification match with no blood? Beating each other with weapons don't do a thing. Like I said, everything in the WWE is a fucking glorified sissy fight. On the after school playground because someone stole your Yu-Gi-Oh cards or someone stole your Pokemon cards or someone says some discouraging remarks about your mother. You know, if they're not gonna do it right, they don't fucking do it at all. What's the point of having two guys that hate each other so much and there's no blood unless it's accidental? And then you get fined. Now the company gets fined, then that person gets fined. It's not my fault this guy hit me wrong and the edge of the table went in the gash of my fucking forehead. That's not my fault. But anyway, that's my 20. You can add more, but I try to keep videos running more frequently. I'll try to. It's kind of hard because my inspiration is kind of fleeing because I'm just pretty much losing all interest in all this bullshit. But this is Tough Tony signing off. I hope you enjoyed. I guess if I don't do anything in between now and then, I'll see you at WrestleMania.